So later today, we will be having the Dokkan Producers Letter for February for the global version of Dokkan. And we also are aware of the fact that it's not only Future Saga themed, but it seems very likely that we're getting a new Goku Black character. First and foremost, the teaser that we got yesterday was called The Arrival of Despair, which, pretty much related to Goku Black, right? I think that's the pretty obvious thing. After that, I seriously did make this tweet. I wish you all a good week listening to this sound. And he posted a song for Rose. So what I'm thinking is that usually the things he's able to see ahead of time is like the Dokkan Festival characters. Somehow he's able to see the Dokkan Festival teasers ahead of time. So what that means is that I'm thinking that we're getting a Dokkan Fest Rosary for Global, but not even just a TUR. I'm thinking it's going to be an LR. Now, the reason why, if we take a look here, July, right? July in JP is the Tanabata celebration, but on Global, it is the anniversary. It's already confirmed that the 9th anniversary is going to be in July on Global, like always, right? I mean, they confirmed that months ago. Usually, the Tanabata celebration ends up being in November. So, the thing I'm going to say is, it makes a lot of sense if the Tanabata celebration is on Global first, and we've been kind of thinking about that for a while. It just makes so much sense for them to move Tanabata up, so that by the end of the summer, which is basically like August, September for worldwide, we'll have both games more or less fully synced up, right? They said that it's going to be fully synced up, right? By then, so if they want to go ahead and do that, Tanabata has to be moved up. Otherwise, Tanabata would be all the way in November, which wouldn't make sense if they want to sync the games up, right? So this is my prediction for regarding that. Is I think that the Tanabata celebration is indeed getting moved up, which is, I think, a good thing to see that celebration is moved up. Getting Global First Dokkan Festival LR is really nice for potentially even the last global first thing, ending off with a banger before the sync actually happens. I think it's cool. Goku Black definitely is a character that deserves a Dokkan Festival LR. If you take a look at Goku Black specifically, he has never received a Dokkan Festival LR. He's gotten a couple of Dokkan Fest. He's gotten a Yellow Coin LR, but he's never received a Dokkan Festival LR, right? And Goku Black is one of the more popular villains in the games, and I think him getting Dokkan Festival LR could be really good. JP just got the Super Bosses category. This is a buff to that Super Bosses team. And I did go ahead and make a concept, which is the main point of this video, but I wanted to make sure we get all of that out of the way ahead of time, just so you guys understand where I'm coming from with this design. I think that this Goku Black is gonna be a character that'll buff this team. He's gonna be a character that will help this team out. He could potentially even be the character that introduces the team to Global. I think that's also a pretty strong possibility, that he introduces the Super Bosses category. Now, this is the existing LR Super Saiyan Rose. In my personal opinion, I should have not closed the Goku Black tab, but I do want this guy to actually be just straight up Rose Goku Black. Now, a lot of people would be like, oh, I want a transforming Rose Goku Black, right? Base from Goku Black isn't good, but we have like this LR Rose who is good. And I think that's a very fair take. But I just think that what Super Bosses needs as a team is a character that's strong instantly, and maybe even another like supporting character. Golden Frieza is really good. He's strong instantly as a support character. He does that. But like a Dokkan Fest LR, like, top 5 unit in the game that also does that would be super, super, super helpful, right? And that's in my opinion, right? Kind of like, again, because we have Broly Trio, who is a support character that has the dodge, right? They could be good, potentially. No Rainbow Orb Changer on the team for them, right? Fusion Zamasu, he can be a good, like, early on character. But again, all these characters are very varying. Like, if the Easy Attack Jiren, how's he going to defend the team? Zamasu's don't link well with the Brolys at all. And it's like, that's kind of a big, big struggle. Beerus, STRA here doesn't really work on the team. All these characters together don't work together at all. Like, they all struggle to work together, right? So I went ahead and made a character that I think would help Extreme Class and Super Bosses specifically. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at it right now. So I did went ahead to make this character really strong, I'm thinking, and I obviously based him off the existing Rose Goku Black LR. So we're going to take a look at him right here, I guess, right? So I made him Tech. I think Tech could be a good typing for villains, right? Again, taking a look here at super bosses, you know, if using Zamasu's good. I guess like STR. Would STR be a better typing? Yeah, you know what? We're going to make him STR now. I think STR is a better typing here. That'll work out quite well. So STR, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Leader skill, super bosses, time travelers, and inhuman deeds, key through and 170% to stats, plus an additional 30% to Realm of Gods and Exploding Rage. I think that is ideal. If we take a look here, time travelers doesn't really have like I would say a good leader just yet, right? We got Soda Hope Trunks. I would say Soda Hope Trunks is a nice leader, but a lot of these villain category characters being on time travelers, right? I think it'd be nice if, you know, they get another villain leader, specifically rather than Soda Hope Trunks for a superclass leader. So that's my idea there. Of course, the Inhuman Deeds team also has never really gotten an actual leader. It adds a lot of extra villains here. Golden Frieza, Super Baby 2, right? Any future Brolys would be on this team, right? I think that would be a good team as well. And then finally, super bosses. I think introducing super bosses and making them a lead would be good. Just another option for a super bosses category leader. And I think he would probably be a better fit for Broly as a leader. The thing about Broly being a leader for super bosses that he doesn't have big bad bosses. I don't think you have big bad bosses, I do, to be fair. But again, having a character that actually has big bad bosses for the team, I think would be a nice alternative. Just to have it, right? So, taking a look into his actual kit from there, though, well, explaining furthermore, Realm of Gods and Exploding Rage, I think most Super Bosses characters are on either or, right? Jiren, Beerus, Realm of Gods, 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 like all of these guys. Broly is on Exploding Rage. This guy is not on either of those categories, but that's okay. I think Golden Frieza is not on Exploding Rage or Realm of Gods either, but he's a character that doesn't need an actual 200% part of the leader skill, so that's fine, right? It fits a lot of these characters on the 200% for the Super Bosses team specifically, right? Next, Super Attack Effects. 12 key, greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns, and causes Mega Colossal damage. Yes, I did give him Mega Colossal in the 12 key. Then 18 key, greatly raises attack and defense return, causes Mega Colossal damage, and raises all other extreme class allies' defense by 30% for 1 turn. There's not really a point to giving a Mega Colossal here. I just was like, you know, let's give him Mega Colossal. Why not? You know, on the 12 key, we haven't really seen that in a while. And I think for a villain Dokkan Fest LR, I think it'd be good just to give him this, right? Could be interesting. Because I think the only character that does Mega Colossal, like, there are, like, few characters that will do Mega Colossal on both the 18 key and 12 key. And to be honest, it's like pretty rare, but I think I think there's 2 characters I can think of. There is the full power Frieza, and then like the Super Saiyan 2 Gohans, right? Let's see if we gotta find the full power Frieza here. But those characters do have Mega Colossal in both their supers. Yeah, I see Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Mega Colossal both, Mega Colossal in both of these, and then Mega Colossal in both of these as well. So I just was like, you know, let's just give him Mega Colossal, like, you know, a lot of these characters end up being like Exploding Rage, right? Could be interesting. And then a support buff right there for the team, Extreme Class Allies, 30% defense. Just why not, you know? But yeah, these are 3 turn raises right here. Passive skill. Plays the entrance animation once only, changes a random type of key sphere to rainbow key spheres for the rest of the battle. Key through 160% attack and defense. I gave him get an additional 2 key per rainbow key sphere obtained. Get an additional 120% attack when performing a ultra super attack. I gave him a guard, right? So just a lot of stuff here, right? The rainbow orb tuning, again, like I said, Broly trio could really use a character that will go ahead and rainbow orb chains for the team. I think that could be very, very good. To get his 70% dodge, and we don't really have orb changer really that's great for this team specifically. So I think a rainbow orb changer could be nice actually. I'd actually really like that, like getting that rainbow orb changer here on the team. Then again, 2 key per key sphere, rainbow key sphere obtained. Just the 120% attack and ultra super. Guaranteed guard. 120% defense when guard is activated. Double super when keys 20 or more. Performs crits when keys 24 or active skill is used. Then here's where like this character really helps this team, I think, even more than the orb changing. extreme class or super bosses get key 3, 50% attack and defense, and then 6% damage reduction for 2 turns when this character collects 5 or more key spheres. Then, even further than that, if all allies attacking the same turn are extreme class or super bosses, another 6% damage reduction to those allies. So, yes, this would like stack with both leaders. So let's say you're running 2 Rosé as leaders. You have basically 12% damage reduction kind of floating around if you keep them on rotation. Then another 6% here for all allies attacking the same turn or their categories. So that is 18% damage reduction support he's providing to extreme class or super bosses. And those teams need like 18% reduction support. I think like those teams could hugely benefit off that. And you know, I mean, being fair, like Tech Fusion Zamasu, like he goes down to the 40% reduction. Add another 18% to that, and he has 58% damage reduction. Broly will get even more reduction with the double Broly, with the double Rosé lineup. We have Golden Frieza again. He's another character that gets down to a 40% reduction from the 5th turn. That'll be basically 58% reduction, and it makes these characters like invincible starting off at the beginning of the turn. And again, extreme class in general is very weak. Extreme class is not in a good spot, right? So like, imagine adding some of these characters again who like run out of juice. Golden Frieza, he gets another 18% potential reduction there as an extreme class character. So he would go from 30% to 40% reduction that he goes down to, right? Even like Infusion Zamasu, right, could be interesting like that. Like adding that reduction to a lot of these villain characters, AGL Fusion Zamasu, right, could be just extremely tanky, right? Would be ideal. Hiruda Garden getting some reduction there. We have even Mod. I don't think Mod Junior fits the team, to be fair. But just like on an extreme class team, right? Mod Junior could be there. If you get him on a team with Rosé, potentially, where that could be really, really interesting. So that's just my kind of idea regarding this in terms of this new Rosé, him being just this massive, massive support character. And again, since he gets this 120% defense when the guard is activated, he himself has a reduction. Then he's providing the greatly raised attacking defense for 3 turns, which will stack over multiple turns, right? His defense will be very high. He's basically the ultimate defensive support character, and he could do potentially some good damage, right? On when he's 24 on the active skill turn, especially. The active skill I made in mind with like the Super Saiyan trio. So can be used from the 3rd turn if HP is 66% or below, or if all allies attacking the same turn are either extreme class or super bosses. Then he just massively raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage, but again, that does do guarantee crits, and then the rest of the attacks during the turn will also be basically guarantee crits. He's going to continue to double super there. He could triple super and just like get a bunch of attack raised into the active skill on turn 3. It's just, again, my general idea for how that would play out. And yeah, I really do like this design for like a Rosé Goku Black. Something similar to this where he's able to really benefit from, like, help benefit the Super Bosses team, make the Super Bosses team strong, tie them together, Rainbow Orb changing, 3 key, a damage reduction. So even though they don't share the most links together, this team could help form together, even if they're just like legendary power, fierce battle, and something like, I don't know, Infighter or something random. Yeah, here, Infighter as a link, right? Stuff like that. Broly, you know, he doesn't really share a lot of links with these other characters, but, you know, like Legendary Power, Fierce Battle, are pretty common here on this team, right? Like the Zamasus and stuff, and then you have Goku Black that could really be a bridge link, so that's why I give him, like, Prepared for Battle right here, right? So it's like this Rosé could help, you know, link a Broly and a Zamasu together if this guy was, like, in the middle of the rotation. Get Big Bad Bosses for the Zamasu, get Broly prepared for battle and Super Saiyan, right? It's kind of the idea, which is why I think I would like Rosé as a leader for this team and just as an addition for this team, because he could help bridge these characters together pretty well. Like, even if you give him like godly power as a link, that could help with Jiren. I think Jiren has godly power, right? You know, just as an example, but that's my general like idea about Rosé and what he should do. I did ask Twitter what you guys would like to see this new Rosé Goku Black to do as well. Let's take a look at it here. A domain. I actually would hate a domain of this guy. It would hurt Broly. Domains can't overlap. If domains could overlap, I'd be down with it. But having a domain for this guy would suck. because then Broly can't transform, or this guy can't get his domain. And there's characters with domains. The issue is that their best abilities are locked behind having that domain active. Broly can't transform unless he could activate his domain on the active skill. Future Gohan is a character where it's like he cannot get his active skill guaranteed crits orb changing without a domain activated and stuff like that, right? So it's just domain characters are very stingy, right? You know, they're very selfish. So having two domain characters that are like the main characters of a team would suck. This is speaking purely from super bosses, but I would not like that as a team specifically, right? Or I wouldn't like this for super bosses specifically, right? And I think this Goku Black is ideally going to be a help to super bosses. Is my idea about that. Dokkan Fest LR post 9th anniversary, expecting his performance on the level of them. He needs to be on their level. I agree, 100%. He needs to be at least top 5 character in the game. 100% reduction for the turn on his active, which gets, that's a lot of damage. Cranical Subarashi. Sure. No final blow. Yeah, please no final blow. I mean, unless he does this, which to be fair, in my concept, you could probably have a final blow and be okay, right? With the active skill turn. Duma can be overly focused on having purely extreme allies, nor purely facing super enemies or Saiyans or whatever. Overall great, no restrictions, doesn't need to be top 1 overall, but you know, that fits all endgames and all teams. I disagree. I think he should be hyper focused for villains. I think villains need a character that hyper focuses on them and ties them together and makes them a lot better than they actually are existing, right? I think that would be ideal for this guy, because again, you're not gonna villains. See, even though villains will have an issue, it's like if this guy leads a team like this, where again he has a lot of strong villain characters and he's giving them 50% support plus 30% defense on the super attack effect plus up to 18% reduction, like that helps them out so much, and that makes villains actually potentially good, right? I mean, again, if we take a look at the teams, like the good characters that can go ahead and push out, that would be on, or point out, not push out, point out, that would actually be on this guy's team that are actually usable in difficult content. Broly, Fusion Zamasu, Broly trio right here, Golden Frieza, STR hit, you know, again, if Tech During gets his EZA, AGL Zamasu, that's already a couple of characters from super bosses alone. This is considering if he was like some major mega support character that gives damage reduction support, which I think he probably should go ahead and do something like that, right? Maybe we could even see a resurgence for Incel, even. Like, I would say that wouldn't be bad. This Rose, if you have the new Rose in slot 1, this guy could be a slot 3 character, right? With the extra reduction, that could help him out. When he actually super attacks. Let's see who else here could potentially be a decent character. Hirudegarn here, of course. We have, you know, some of these like Dragon Ball Super characters. I mean, getting through crossover here could be an issue, but he doesn't even need this, right? Because he also gets the buffs per Rainbow Key Sphere. So like in this design, you could just throw a few on this team and you would actually get the 200% because he's on Realm of Gods, right? So he would also be providing the support. You want to be creating the STR key spheres, but we could still get him like 3 or 4 rainbow key spheres, and that could be good for sure, right? And you even have STR hit on the team that you could bring STR hit, right? And then he could also create STR key spheres. Let's see, this existing Goku Black, again, you could run like a kind of crossover kind of setup for this, honestly, like a villain's crossover setup. Could be interesting. In Human Deeds, you have Golden Frieza, you have Super Baby 2, Vegeta Nappa is a decent character, actually, funny enough, right? I'm looking for other TURs that would really fit. I mean, I'm not really seeing any TURs that point out to me. I mean, maybe if you get a bunch of int units on this team, you could have this Vegeta right here. And there is a lot of potential for EZs in the future with this leader skill too. So that could be really interesting. Okay, I'm just Epic Games, shut up. I don't care Epic Games. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think him being focused on extreme class would be okay. At least that's my personal opinion. If Goku Black is Tanabata, you want him to be Broly level power. Also part 2 better be Jiren and Broly. Broly needs help. I would say part 2 is probably going to be the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta that fights Goku Black. That's my opinion. Not a domain, someone for his teams while having Broly. I don't think he's going to be having Broly level damage. I would not expect a slot 1 character with Broly level damage. I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he is on par with Beast Gohan. I don't think he'll be on par with Beast Gohan. I think this guy, they made him far away the best unit in the game on purpose because it's Beast Gohan, and he deserves to be that good, like after what they did with him, honestly. But like, I expect him to be like Gamma's, Gogeta, Broly tier, and if I would rather him be more supporting than him being just slot 1 tank, right? Make him extreme class Beast Gohan, sure. You know, if they wanted that, that's true. Yeah, the Divine Lasso would be cool, for sure. Malevolent Shrine, slot 1 demon with the same damage and support. Yeah, again, more so the support especially, I think is what I'm really looking for. And yeah, a lot of people are saying the same thing, so that's it for this video. Again, I'm gonna have this up right away. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll be live for the producer's letter. I'll catch you next time.